Hi guys, it's Sam. Now, are you trying to follow the buy, refurbish, refinance model, but using a mortgage to buy the property with? Well, if you are, stick around because I'm going to tell you why you cannot do that. Property is about patience. Hey guys, it's Sam. Thanks so much for sticking around. Now, before we jump into this video, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button and click on the little thumbs up like. It really helps me spread my message of value to as many people as I possibly can. So let's get into it. We were talking just before the little break there about buying a property that you're going to follow the buy, refurbish, refinance model on and use a mortgage to purchase a property. Now, I probably lost count really for the times that I've had to have this conversation with people. If anyone's telling you that you can do that, then check their credibility because they're stuck in like pre sort of credit crunch times. This has not been something that's been feasible for many years now. And there's quite a number of reasons why. Now, the main thing to really consider here is why you are taking out a mortgage in the first place. What is that mortgage lender lending you the money for? Now, for many people that follow BRR, and I have done a little post about this on my Instagram recently about whether BRR actually just covers single lets or not, and my answer to that is actually it doesn't. Most people do use this to build a buy to let portfolio. That's their strategy. Now, when you think of a buy to let mortgage, it's pretty much the clue's in the name, buy to let. It's not buy to, do a little bit of paint work, maybe put a new kitchen in, stick an extension out the back, maybe within build regs, haven't got time for planning applications or anything like that, and then let. That's not the name of it. It's buy to let, as in buy, then let it straight away. So basically straight away, if there's too much of a gap between the two, you're pretty much not fulfilling your end of the bargain when it comes to setting up this mortgage. So that's the first thing. Secondly, is that mortgage lender, when mortgages are long-term finance, they're not short-term finance, they're meant for medium to long-term. Yeah, do you know what? Like, ask most mortgage companies whether they truly believe, or get some stats even on what's actually happening. But do they truly believe that you're going to be keeping that mortgage for 25, 30 years? Then no, they don't. But they at least want you to fulfill your fixed period, or, even if there is if it's a variable rate, a certain number of years, a period of time. It's how they work out whether it's worthwhile actually lending you this money or not, is how much interest they're going to get over that period of time. So they're planning on you having it for that period of time. So if you're doing it on a short-term basis, or you are looking to redeem that mortgage early, then you're basically kind of deceiving the lender. Now, a really good sort of analogy to this is that kind of difference between a residential mortgage and a buy-to-let mortgage. Again, this is something I'll probably do a video on later on, but it's another conflict that I get a lot where people are saying, well, I want to buy this property. Is it better for me to get it on a residential or a buy-to-let? No, the answer is, what are you going to do with it? Because you can't buy a residential property using a buy-to-let mortgage. It's deception. You know what you're going to do, and you are purposefully telling the lender something completely different. It's exactly the same situation here. You are buying that property, and the lender believes that you are taking this out over a 2-5 year fixed rate, and you're going to keep that mortgage for at least that period of time. In your mind, you're not going to do that. So you're actually entering that mortgage contract fraudulently. You are deceiving this particular lender, and they're not going to see that as a particularly good thing. Now, if you actually say to a mortgage lender on your application, I only intend on keeping this for say 6 months, guess what's going to happen? They're going to decline the application because that's not the purpose of this particular type of funding. Okay, so bear that in mind. Now, you might be thinking, well, who knows? I'm just not going to tell them. I don't actually care. My moral compass doesn't really mean that I give that much of a crap, whether I'm deceiving a lender or not. Okay, well, if that's the case, shame on you. But if it is, then there's something else that you need to be concerned about as well, which is your credit file, okay? So your credit file shows your mortgage conduct. It shows what you're doing, okay? So if on, you do this 5 or 6 times and your credit report is showing take out a mortgage, redeem it 6 months later, take out a mortgage, redeem it 6 months later. Well, a lender's going to see this and look at your sort of conduct and go, he or she, I should say, it's not just men that are naughty, they're a serial redeemer, okay? They're just basically doing this over and over and over again. Now, we're pretty sure that they're probably going to do that to us. So number one, worst case, like best case scenario, they'll just decline the application. Worst case is they might report this to what we call the hunter system, which is basically a database of information about various people that lenders have access to check on the conduct of potential borrowers. So that particular lender might decline that application. They might also sort of blacklist you in terms of they'll put a mark against your name that if you then apply in a couple of years' time, again, same thing's going to happen, even if your conduct improves. Then they might put your details on the hunter system and sort of report this to them. And then another lender might do the same thing. They'll do a little search on you, do their due diligence, and they find this out about you. Guess what they're going to do? Decline your application. So this is all well and good, and you're thinking, okay, well look, I'll just stop that then and I'll start buying with Bridges. Yeah, but you've got to refinance at some point. If you've got a black mark against your name, you could actually end up struggling with getting even your remortgages done, and then you're going to be, you're going to have to sell properties, which is completely against what you're trying to achieve here. So look. This video is not here to scare the bejesus out of you. It's just to tell you the actual facts and figures of what is going on here, and why the best investors out there are using bridging finance to purchase their properties and to start them on there, or to increase their portfolios using BRR. I say this to clients all the time. You're just starting out. I've got clients with 200 plus properties and they use bridging. What do you know that they don't? My argument is probably very little, if I'm honest. But in truth, it's because they understand. They understand the process. They know that bridging, in comparison to a mortgage, it's more expensive. Boo-hoo. But it's a necessary, I'm not even going to say it's a necessary evil. Bridging's bloody brilliant. It's one of the most incredible tools that an investor can use to grow their portfolio and their wealth. So don't shy away from it. Don't go down this route of using mortgages with buy, refurbish, refinance, because it will bite you in the arse. I guarantee you that. If it's not the first time, second time, third time, or fourth time, it will be the 5th, 6th, or 7th. And it doesn't matter whether it's the 1st, the 5th, the 10th, the 20th. Whenever it happens, it was going to happen, and it's going to cause you so much problems. In fact, it might even be worse if it happens at property 20, because it means you've then got a portfolio of 19 properties that you need to refinance, and you might struggle at some point. So you might be having to sit on a lender's standard variable rate. So this has just been a little bit of a warning, guys. Try and do it in the nicest way possible. But I really, really, really hope this has been valuable to you. If you've got any questions, stick them in the comments. If you've really enjoyed this video, please share it to all of your social media platforms. Instagram is my favorite, and you can follow me at the Sam Norris. But please do share it to wherever you want. Tag me in it. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, at the Sam Norris Property, or just Sam Norris on some of them. So check me out. All of my details and contact information is in the notes underneath this. I almost said show notes then, because I do my podcast, Game Alone's podcast. Go check that out as well. Details are in the notes on that. And of course, if you've enjoyed this video, stick around, because in a minute I'm going to recommend another one that I really think you're going to enjoy. But for now, enjoy your week, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.